You've got these activists calling themselves the fabric of America, rallies calling themselves the backbone, fraud cases, deportation panic, and a congresswoman with more unanswered questions than anyone in the state. Now, tonight, I'm cutting through all of it and showing you exactly why Minnesota is being overrun by patriots and why Ilhan Omar cannot escape this. Let's start with the narrative that they've been trying to sell you.
If you want a good laugh today, check this out.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as the fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere, we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
First and foremost, little Miss Brusband, I don't feel American. I am American, so no one can make me feel less than or less like something that I already am because I was born that. And the real problem stems from the fact that you believe that you are the fabric of this nation. By the way, that metaphor refers to people that share fundamental structures, values, beliefs, culture and all this stuff. Didn't you come from Somalia, where the country's major fabric is Islam, what holds that nation together? And in Islam, you either convert or die. That's their belief system, correct? Or you force them to believe what you believe. Didn't Minnesota change their flag for you? See, if you were the fabric of this nation, as you're espousing, you wouldn't have come to change the area you're in. You would assimilate and join in and share your culture and share your beliefs without forcing it on anybody, because no means no. But you guys don't believe in that. If I don't believe what you believe, you say I should die. So please miss me with that, little Miss Brusband.
Why you keep calling her that? I don't know the meaning behind that, but my guy was preaching. All he needed was an organ playing behind him. Some dun, you know what I mean? But the fabric of the nation, that's a big phrase, right? But the reality underneath it is quite simple. Massive resettlement. You got heavy public assistance and fraud cases draining Minnesota programs. That's not fabric. If you ask me, that looks more like pressure. And Patriots, they see it clearly. And honestly, when people start talking like that, you realize just how much misinformation is floating around on the internet and why you gotta stay protected. Honestly, I didn't realize how exposed I was until it got personal. My number was out there. My old passwords out there. And the crazy part is, I thought I was being careful. I don't click weird links. I use very strong passwords, but none of that matters when your information is already floating out there in the internet. And it's not just social media either. It's your email, your bank account, your whole digital life. And this is why I use Aura.com, the sponsor of today's video. They remove your personal info from data broker sites. They scan the dark web 24/7 and alert you the moment your information shows up in a leak or breach. They monitor your credit, your bank accounts, and your social security number. They even bundle in a password manager, antivirus, VPN, and identity theft insurance, all in one app. Since using Aura, I've seen my data pulled off over 20 broker sites. Imagine how much of your info is out there, celebrity. If you've never checked whether your information has been exposed, now is the time. Go to aura.com/kingdomreacts and start your 14-day free trial on us. By the way, that link is in the description. You might be shocked at what's already out there. I was, but at least now I know I'm protected, and I know I'm doing my part in helping you protect yourself. All right, now let's get back to Minnesota, because this next clip is where the panic really shows.
Families need the relief. We need leaders who will invest in our neighbors, not attack them. The Somali community in Minnesota is a backbone of the state. We contribute to the economy, we serve our communities, we raise families, and we do it with pride. We move to communities in greater Minnesota that have been decimated by the bad practices of the big corporation interest, and bring small local business, like here today, multi-generational income, and help with restoration. I am saying this to say we are greater than fear, and to my Somali community, iskasha tomakufto, which means when people stand together, they do not fall. Absolutely. We will continue to show up for one another with courage. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, and I want to end with this. We're gonna do one more chant, and we're gonna have some great food. All right, you guys ready for that? All right, you're gonna say Manta Manta. Wa Malim Wene Manta.
Wamaliwene manta.
Manta, manta, manta.
Manta, manta, manta.
Wamaliwene manta.
Wamaliwene
Put your fists up. Put your fists up. Manta, manta, manta. Wamaliwene manta. Manta, manta, manta. Wamaliwene manta. We are greater than. We are greater than. We are greater than.
fear.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate you all. Grab some food, enjoy yourself. This is how we come together to stand up for one another. Thank you again. God bless. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. And for the media, if you guys have any questions, you can ask.
When TPS ends, the same community calling itself the backbone suddenly begs not to leave. Some families built honest lives, but the fraud, the dependency, the refusal to assimilate, guess what? It all adds up. And Patriots in Minnesota, they're tired of being told they can't talk about it. The tension didn't start today either. It started years ago with the one person who symbolizes all of it.
Minnesota Democrats, media, and the Department of Justice have continually ignored strong evidence supporting the fact that Ilhan Omar may be directly involved in tax, marriage, and immigration fraud.
In 2002, Omar married Ahmed Hirsi in a religious ceremony. Hirsi is the father of Omar's 3 children and is pictured often with Omar and their children on their campaign website.
In 2016, Minnesota journalist Scott Johnson received a tip about a post from a Somali community website containing marriage certificates alleging Omar married her brother Elmi in February 2009 in order for him to immigrate to the U.S. legally, despite the facts she'd been married to the father of her children, Hirsi, over a decade.
This clearly proved that any such second marriage might be bigamous under Minnesota law as well as fraudulent.
Later in August 2016, further investigations into legal documents and filings in Minnesota by journalist Priya Samsundar uncovered evidence supporting the allegation that Ilhan Omar married her brother, Ahmed Nursed Elmi, in 2009.
The 2009 marriage license to Elmi lists the same address as one filed for a Minnesota business 3 months later in May 2009 for a one-to-one cafe by Hirsi, the father of Omar's 3 children.
That means Ilhan Omar was living with both her real husband Hirsi while still married to her brother Elmi.
Omar has continued to deny the allegations, dismissing them as baseless rumors and fake journalists on bigot blogs despite mounting evidence.
High school record evidence also support the claim that Elmi is indeed her brother and graduated in 2003 from Arlington Senior High School in St. Paul, Minnesota, with enrollment records that state he was born April 4th, 1985. The same birth date listed on Omar's 2009 marriage certificate to Elmi.
As troubling details mounted against Omar, members of the Somali community were threatened into silence through intimidation tactics and physical violence on themselves and their families still back in Somalia. In an obtained Facebook Live video from August 18, 2016, a woman identified as the Associate Chair of the Somali American Caucus speaks. And in translation, she states in plain terms that any Somali that talks about Omar's personal life, including marriage discrepancies, is an enemy of the Somali community. Credible sources in the Somali community have stepped forward and provided AlphaNews with information in exchange for anonymity, along with members of the 2003 class have also identified Elmi's father as
Nursed Elmi Mohammed, the same man who calls himself father to Ilhan Omar.
Wow. Now, this isn't rumor. It's more than rumor, right? It's paperwork. Marriage records, court filings, school docs, old posts, and all of it is pointing to contradictions Omar refuses to explain. And instead of answering, she attacks. If you lied on immigration forms, your life would be over. But when she gets cornered, identity shield every time. want you to watch how she reacts when you confront her with her own words.
So I'm just wondering which approach is better, to call upon those who disagree with you to come to open debate and dialogue, or to say that those who disagree with you and have a different worldview are full of shit.
So you must have selective hearing, sir, because I said that the people who were full of shit were the people who were saying that Kirk was civil. Thank you. Yeah. No, that's true. The person who called for public execution of people he disagreed with is not civil. The person who said if you are a black woman, you lack the ability to process thoughts is not civil. The person who said because I am Muslim, I cannot be in this country because I want to destroy Western society is not civil. The person who said a 10-year-old should be forced to carry the child of a rapist is not civil. You
Now, you've seen everybody standing there applauding, but you ask her a direct question, she dodges, pivots, deflects. Never accountability, always someone else's fault. And this is why Patriots are stepping in, because when leaders won't tell the truth, the people have to.
Somebody please explain to me how Ilhan Omar, the Somalian Muslim who said that she was going to prioritize the needs of Somalia over America, who had a net worth of $51,000 and has somehow magically in the course of a couple years inflated it to over $30 million. Oh, how do you think that happens? From stealing tax dollars, is somehow still a state representative, and this woman is not getting deported. And then has the audacity, the gall, to step in a Christian church, use curse words in the pulpit, and refer to Charlie Kirk as a horrible person, white supremacist, that had a negative, disparaging message to the country. Bitch, if you don't take your ass back to Somalia, why is she here? Okay, incest is illegal in all 50 states. So that would insinuate that marrying your biological brother is also vehemently against the law. You've also, in a matter of a few years, gotten a net worth of over $30 million. Your salary is like barely six figures. You're not intelligent. You're not a business owner. You're not savvy. You're not suave. You're not impressive in any way, shape, or form. Why are you not in jail or back home? Why can people in our country do things who don't even belong here against the law, and they get off scot-free and have zero consequences? It is so infuriating. Can somebody please get this dirty Somalian woman in jail? Can they get her out of the country? Can something happen? This dirty animal is talking about Charlie Kirk disparagingly? Who do you think you are? The only reason why you're even allowed to be a state representative is because you went to a fallen state of Minnesota that's been co-opted by gay-ass Tim Walz. Ban Islam from the United States of America, and ban any practitioner of Islam from running for any sort of government office in our country. This is nuts. This woman does not care about America. She's already come out in 4K in plain English and said that she's going to prioritize the needs of Somalia and use American resources to do so. This is outrageous. Why is this allowed?
Whoa. Sheesh. Now, I'm just here to report the news, y'all. I'm just here to show y'all what's going on in these streets, all right? Not every detail in that rant is confirmed on my end, but the frustration behind it is definitely real. Her wealth spikes. The fraud around her district, yeah. The refusal to address basic questions, yeah. And mocking people after the death of Charlie Kirk. People see the pattern. Even some in the Somali community see it, which is why this next clip even exists.
Lead to Mogadishu, Somalia. I've booked my flight. I've booked my flight. By the end of this year, I'm moving to Somalia full time, bro. The West does not want us here anymore, so it's cool, we're cutting. You men are saying all roads lead to Rome. I'm saying all roads lead to Somalia, bro. I'm gonna start up a new life there. I don't know who I'm gonna meet. I might meet some criminals on the run, but that's live. I'm trying to meet some drill rappers. I'm trying to meet a few people out there. I'm not only gonna be going to Mogadishu. Obviously, the whole country is non-extradition treaty, innit? Even though I can't, like, why am I saying that? Because I'm not even a criminal. But, bro, do you get what I'm saying? I'm tired of London. I'm tired of Northwest London. I'm tired of this whole city, bro. All roads lead to Rome. Bar now, all roads are leading to Mogadishu, Somalia, bro. I'm moving. I'm gone. Muslim country. We're going to rebuild our country from the ground up. And I'm going to be the first one to do it, bro. Let's go. End of this year, it's to Somalia. Here we go. I can't wait. Bro, I don't know the language, but I'm going to learn it.
Okay. So, yeah, he's not in the U.S., but that one clip says everything. Some folks never felt connected to the West, never planned to assimilate, never saw America as home. You see, when pressure hits, they're ready to leave. Meanwhile, Omar wants to lead the country, their own community won't fully embrace. And that is why Patriots are stepping into Minnesota, not out of hate, but clarity. This isn't about race or religion. It's about truth. It's about standards and whether America still means something, right? So let me ask you, should citizenship be untouchable even if it was built on lies? Should fraud be ignored because it makes people uncomfortable? Should one politician get a lifetime shield while her district collapses? Excuse me. Minnesota waking up, Patriots showed up, and Omar's escape route is seemingly closing. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put exit left. That's what I want you to write. That way I know you made it to the end. Ooh, I think I'm about to sneeze. I think not. Y'all be safe. Please go check on a friend today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.